Hello. Good morning. I'm getting on this a little later than I intended. So today's spirit talk. Whoop whoop. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello. Today's spiritual talk, spiritual development, and all that fun stuff. I'm going to wait till a few more people come on. I want to start this live. I thought about, we'll start with a quick grounding meditation because I know I need it. Good morning. But then I actually want to, straight from the grounding meditation, I want to actually move into doing a meditation so you guys can meet a spirit guide of yours. I thought that would be kind of fun. Hello, good morning. Good morning. All right, let me see this. TikTok's only showing me that like 12's on, right? 14. Okay, we're getting there. I'm going to give it just another minute. Hello, hello. Hello. How's everyone doing on this, what is it, Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday. Hello, hello. I'm gonna wait. I wanna see if it gets above 20 people. If not, then I'll just start. 17, 18, we're almost there. That's right, yes, tap the screen. Give me all the likes. Did an egg cleanse? Ooh, it's funny, I've never actually done an egg cleanse. Thank you for the follow. I've never actually done an egg cleanse. I don't really eat eggs all that often, like at all. I know people who swear by it. And also with the egg cleanse, it also kind of, I think, like it can show you, like if you really have a lot of negative energy, like attached to you or even to your home. Yes, raw eggs. Yep. I actually haven't done it myself. I've seen like videos and just quick videos of like people just, cracking it. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, and it absorbs a lot of the energy. Yep. You just crack it and like drop it into like a glass, right, of water. That's kind of like, I feel like that's how it is. All right. So today, thank you for that. So today is not, Mondays and Thursdays is when I pull cards and channel messages. Today shows you evil eyes and a bunch of things. It's true. Today is more spiritual development talk. Yes, that means we're going to start. That means we're going to start. So I want to start with a quick grounding meditation because I find, guys, that when you're trying to receive information or downloads, right, of any kind, it's actually, if you come from a very grounded place, it helps to draw in the energy and it's like much more streamlined. Okay, so we're going to do just a very quick grounding meditation, and I'm going to lead it though into a meditation so you can meet a spirit guide of yours. All right, and I got my little broken piece of selenite here that I'm going to use as I direct this. All right, so if you guys are here, get comfy, sit, lie down. I just want you to get to a very comfortable space. Okay, get to a very comfortable space right now and focus on your breath. Just breathe deeply. Okay. I want you to imagine that there are roots coming from the bottom of your feet, the soles of your feet, and these roots stretch down towards the earth. They go through the flooring, the subfloor, into the first layers of the earth. And these roots continue to stretch down through the multiple layers of bedrock, all the way down to the core, to the center of this planet. The center of this planet glows red, orange, and yellow, the lower three chakras. When you connect to it, it helps to root you and center you so that you can receive any information that wants to come your way. Breathe into this red, orange, yellow energy. And now in your mind's eye, if you're able to, if you're not able to visualize, then just listen. It's okay. You'll still pick it up afterwards. In your mind's eye, I want you to visualize a staircase in front of you. It leads down. The staircase leads down. It can look however you want it to look. It could be a wooden staircase. It can be a stone staircase. It does not matter. Stairs that lead down. I want you to take your first step down to 10, 9, step 8, 7, 6, 5, step 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're at the bottom of the stairs. There's a door in front of you. And again, it can look like any door. It can have your name on it. It can be made of wood. It can be made of stone. It can be made of glass. It can be very colorful. However it appears to you is how it appears to you. On the other side of this door is a room where your spirit guide is sitting in. Take a deep breath. When you feel ready, open the door and walk through it. There will be a bed or a really soft bench for you to sit on. Go over to it and sit and get comfortable. If your spirit guide is not already making itself known to you, on the count of 3, they will appear. 1, 2, 3. Now this spirit guide can be a person. The spirit guide can be an angel. It can be an animal. It can take the shape of whatever shape it's in. Whatever image you have in your mind, go with it. I'm going to be quiet for the next few minutes because I want you to have a conversation with the spirit guide. Ask any questions that come to mind. Now in a moment, we're going to wrap up your conversation with your guide. Thank them for being there with you. Thank them for their service and their support. On the count of 3, I'll have you walk out of that room and face the stairs. 1, 2, 3. Imagine yourself getting up and heading out of the room to meet the staircase. In a moment, you're going to step up to step 1. You're at 1 and now up to 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're feeling more refreshed now, up to 6. Step 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take a few deep breaths. And when you're ready, open your eyes. So if you don't see the whole guide's face, it's possible actually that they didn't want to fully show themselves to you. I had a friend who did a similar guided meditation a few weeks ago, just for themselves. They did it themselves. And they only just kept getting a name. They could feel their presence around them, like during the meditation. Like they knew they were there, but they couldn't like see them. And they were like, it took a few times before they actually could. But they got afterwards, like basically like the spirit guide. Yes, they're a guide of yours, but they were also feeling out your energy at the same time to make sure you're aligned enough to receive them, so to speak. Oh, you're at work. That's okay. Well, you know what? You listened though to how I did it, so you can, right? It doesn't take a whole lot. I find one of the easiest ways is to visualize the stairs going down into a room. That's easiest for me to visualize. Some people will do it like if you're walking in a forest and you come to a clearing. That's worked a little bit for me too, but I find the stairs going down help to just like anchor me into it. But so on your lunch break or just when you get home or whatever, you could just try to do it yourself. Visualize, stairs going down, open the door to a room. Try that. You're finally here. Oh, I love it. I love it. That's okay though. The next time around, you very well could see a full face. Also though, like you said, like you're at work right now. So it's like, yeah, you're a little limited on, I think they probably knew that you're a little limited. They didn't want to like give you everything. Is it normal to see a guide who's a different race from you? Absolutely. Actually, it's normal for you to see like a bird. It's normal, like a spirit guide can come in the form of whatever form they are in. There was one time I did it where I had a spirit guide who was just like I don't even know how to describe it. A moving, not like a ball of energy, but like it just looked like I don't know how to describe it. But it was just energy. It was colorful energy. It didn't take physical form. So it can come in the form of whatever it is. A child can absolutely show up. Yes. Yes. Oh, good. Yes, I know. I was waiting a little bit for people to get on, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just start. You're welcome. Yep, follow feeling. Hello, welcome. To subscribe, I think the subscription's what, like, is it $5.99 a month? I think is the TikTok subscription. It should say it in the thing though, when you go to subscribe. It should just automatically say it. And when I get to the 33 subscribers, I think you can see it. Oh, well, it says, okay, it was up there. When I get to 33 subscribers, I'm gonna give away a copy of my Oracle deck. Regarding the child, the girl, well, you know what? I want to say next time, like you could choose later today to kind of do this, you know what I mean, for yourself, do it again. I'll say the next time you connect to her, ask her like who she is, what she would mean to you. I weirdly also feel like it's possible that she could be like representing your own inner child. She's like mirroring that back to you. Ball of, not bank. Yes. Yeah. Does it automatically record? Let me see. How can I do that? How do I record a live? I thought it sort of automatically, because I know I can get replays. It automatically like my lives automatically save for an X amount of time. You felt that it was a younger self. Good. Good. Then that's what it is. Then that's who she is. Because only you can fully be sure of that. You know what I mean? Because she came to you. Hold down your notification screen on the top and then click screen recorder. I do have an Android. I don't have screen recorder though. La 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 la. Sorry. Did I just cut out? Sorry. So I don't have anything that says screen recorder on this phone. I don't know why. I don't. Oh, I can, yeah. You know what? Yeah. I can record that. That's fine. I can do that. I'm trying to think because I have some guided meditations that I created years ago, literally years ago. For all I know, it was like almost 10 years ago now. And I have them on my YouTube channel, on my playlist, guided meditations. I'm going to look in there first to see if I had created one like this, because I'm totally blanking if I did. If not, then I will totally record another one and I can put it up there. Guys, I don't have that. I'm looking at it. I don't have it. Secure folder airplane mode blue map. Oops. You're welcome. I know I swiped to the second page. I don't unless it's called something else, but I don't know what it would be called. I literally don't know what it would be called. I don't know. I'll play around with it later. Smartphones are supposed to make things easy. Sometimes they do not. So yeah, okay. Well, I'll figure out the phone thing later because I know, yeah, I'll figure it out later. I do know that my lives do save on TikTok anyways, and I can replay them. So all right, so was there anything that you guys wanted to specifically talk about in today's live? Anything spiritual, you know what I mean, anything? That's too funny. I love it. Am I getting any messages for Jennie, as in me? Messages for myself? Psychic messages are Mondays and Thursdays, lives. Tuesdays and Fridays are just spiritual talk and spiritual development. Anything you want to talk about? I know last time we touched upon nice to meet you, Jennie. To read tarot, do you need to have the gift? Everyone has, I feel everyone has the gift. I love how you put it in quotes, because that's literally how I kind of feel it is. No, it's to read tarot, you're just tapping into an ability you technically already have. And everyone has the ability. It's just a matter of, you know, choosing to access it. Pendulum breaking. Ooh. Could mean you actually don't need the pendulum anymore. It could mean you do not need that pendulum anymore. Especially if your pendulum is a stone. It's possible that the stone is like, okay, my time here is done with you. And I know some people who, when like a stone or something of theirs breaks, they'll give like a piece to another person to kind of like give it away. Like, here you go, I'm done with this, you know, whatever. But oftentimes it could mean like your energy is too much for it. You don't actually need the help anymore. How do you know what the cards mean and when they come out? So, okay, well, all tarot cards basically come with like a specific meaning. Like a Four of Wands means like the same thing with every tarot deck. The Knight of Pentacles means like the same thing with every tarot deck. And usually decks come with a guidebook with the meaning. So you can definitely memorize the meanings of a tarot. Oracle, I find, tends to help you really access your intuition, so that if you're looking at the image on the card or a word or something on the card, it's kind of like, I mean, initially, I should say this. I'm going to backtrack a little, interrupt myself and backtrack a little bit. I should say this. When you are starting out, you do tend to go by the meaning of the cards. Like that's usually in the guidebook. You just do. Because you're just starting to work that muscle. But in time, usually when you start pulling a card, you're just gonna either start getting like a feeling or a vibe, or maybe only one part of the card actually sticks out because maybe that's actually all that's needed to be talked about. Or maybe you'll see something in your mind, like it's sort of a natural process. But so I feel like, you know, when you're first buying a deck of any kind, go by what the guidebook says. Literally, go by what the guidebook says, okay? By the description. Because that's going to get the ball rolling, because eventually you're not going to need the guidebook. It's going to be a very natural thing where it's just, like I said, you're just going to start feeling like, okay, well, I know this says this is love, but I feel like this has to do with more higher self. Like you're just going to, it's going to be a natural evolution. How long have I been doing this on TikTok? Well, I've had TikTok for just over a year now. I think it was like last March I actually got on it. But I started doing lives, I think it was more like November. So I've been doing it for about 6 months. In the past 3 months, it's really been picking up now. How often do you do the picture and burn candles and note with what? Oh, do you mean like for a cord cutting? Or is this to like bring in a relationship? What exactly do you mean, Kelly, by that? A cord cutting I do as needed. I don't do it too often, although probably should, quite honestly. I'm a little lazy sometimes. Any type of candle, any work that I do it just when I feel like I need to do it. Like, I don't always like follow the moon phases, or I just do it when I feel like I should do it. My kids broke my pendulum twice after you know what then? I would actually take that as a sign to being like, no, you're not supposed to be using that pendulum. Pendulum's like, no, I'm staying broken. I've always believed in this, but in the last month, every time I'm on TikTok, I land on these. Probably purposeful. That's probably purposeful. You're just subconsciously, energetically, you're supposed to be drawn to this for whatever reason. Maybe you're supposed to get into it, or maybe it's just to help you on your own spiritual journey. You've had 2 break on you recently. Interesting. Well, it's true. I mean, yeah, sometimes you can have like, you can be clumsy and drop something, right? Maybe you're supposed to take a break from using a pendulum. Maybe you're just supposed to take a break. I'm not saying it's going to be a long break. Maybe you just take a break for like a month or 2 and you try a different form of divination. Yeah, a lot of decks come with a guidebook. As far as I know, all oracle decks do. I do have one tarot deck, like my Light Seers tarot, but I think it was a knockoff. I think someone like reprinted it, stole the images from the original owner, because it's in a tuck box and it's just like the smaller cards and it doesn't come with a guidebook. And I'm like, I think this one was, not from the owner itself. Yep, that's true. That's true. Loki, that's true. Yeah, certain words highlighted. Yeah, certain words will stick out to you because maybe that's all that needs to be heard, to be said, to be read. Yeah, so is it best to get started by buying oracle cards? That's a very good question. I always tell people, pick a deck, whether it's tarot or oracle, okay, pick a deck that you just feel drawn towards. Like when I was 16, I think it was for my 16th birthday, I received a tarot deck like as a birthday gift. And it was my very first deck. It was like the regular Rider-Waite tarot deck. I did not connect with it at all. Like I just didn't. Like I never wanted to work with it. And literally I kept it for like 20 years. I got rid of it a few years ago because literally I just don't connect with that deck. And I'm like, okay, I've had this deck for like 20 years. I'm giving this away because I just don't connect to it. I do connect more with oracle decks than I do tarot. I just do. I think it matches my energy better. I know a lot of people though who are all about the tarot and very little about oracle. So it's personal preference. So I want to say, like, if you're in a metaphysical shop or whatever, I mean, you can buy your decks online, but I do feel it's better if you can at least hold the box in your hand. See how you feel about it. And then, if you're really drawn to it, then buy it. Yeah, think of Harry Potter, the deck chooses you. Pretty much, yes. Kelly, I just do it just whenever I feel called to. I can't even say it's like a weekly. I mean, I'll light a candle for something at least once a week, but when it comes to like relationship or what I'm seeking for in a relationship, I will say, this is from what I've read, okay? I don't know if this is really, worked or not. They say Friday is generally the better day to do any type of love, relationship, magical workings, because Friday is like the day of love. So they say Friday is usually a good day to do that. Again, I'm one of those people that don't also follow all that. I I literally just, whenever I feel called to do something, that's when I do it. And I find for me, that works better for me. Because it's just like at that moment, my energy, my intention is just very pure. How would it choose me? Yeah, when you go to a store, you will. You'll naturally feel inclined to a specific deck and stuff like that. Cord cutting is good to do when you're really drained, quite honestly, because it's kind of like, because when you get really drained, you tend to be at the point where you're kind of like, I don't fucking want, like, I don't want this anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you get to that sort of point and you don't want the energy of either the person, I don't know, place or thing. You don't want it to linger anymore. Or if you're like, you're really done with a relationship, like really done with a relationship and you want to cut cords, when you're done with after the relationship ends, that's a good time to do cord cutting. I find though, it's like cord cutting, believe it or not, does actually work like the best when you're at the state where you're like, I just fucking want this out of my life. Because the energy is it's more amplified. Any kind of store, any kind of like metaphysical new age store. Barnes & Noble also does sell tarot and oracle decks. You haven't missed most of the chat. I've only been on for about a half hour. I started actually a little late, Tay. I started a little late today. Oracle or tarot, you got to go with what you're drawn to. It's true. It's like you got to pick a deck that you just feel drawn towards. You just do. Like if you're in a shop, and it's possible you could go to a shop and they could have a wall, they could have a whole case of decks. And for whatever reason, not a single one of them sticks out to you. Fine. Okay. Nothing there is sticking out to you. Go to another shop if you want to. You know what I mean? Yeah, I use a lot of oracle decks. I do. I got more oracle than I have tarot. I just connect more. Good morning. I connect more with oracle decks. I just do. I don't know. For whatever reason, it's just easier for me to work with. I don't fight it. I don't fight it. How often do you burn bay leaves? Believe it or not, I should probably do that more. More often than I do. I actually think it's very good to do that, though, at a new moon. At a new moon. Okay, so whenever a new moon is, not a full moon, a new moon. Because when you're at a new moon, the energy of the moon then increases to a full moon. I know a lot of people who've done it at a full moon, but I'm like, why do it at a full moon? Because once the full moon starts passing, it starts to wane and the energy goes down. Full moons are a good time to do releasing work. Releasing, what do you want to get rid of? What do you want to separate yourself from? Bringing stuff in is good to do at a new moon. No, Loki, that's okay, because that still helps. That still helps. That's okay. How do I feel about pregnancy questions? I mean, I'm a little iffy on that. Because like sometimes I can see if like there's a childlike energy waiting in the wings for you. But the when on that I found is literally a matter of timing. And oftentimes I have found with women, and I noticed this, especially when I was a massage therapist, because I did that for like 15 years. And I had a lot of women who would come to me because they just needed to relax and they wanted to get pregnant. And I kept telling them, I'm like, right, but you need to like mentally relax about it. I'm like, the more you stress about getting pregnant, the more you delay it actually happening, because your body can't, especially your uterus, can't handle that type of stress. You're putting too much pressure on it, literally. So when I get like questions like, am I going to be pregnant this month? I'm kind of like, maybe, yeah. Are you relaxed enough? Ouija boards don't faze me. Ouija boards don't faze me. I don't, like, they're whatever. They're whatever. I've used them. I know there's like a lot of hype around them. I'm like, go into it. Like, if you're going to use an Ouija board, or I have, it's not technically an Ouija board, but it's called an enchanted board. So kind of like lighter energy. I don't know if it's really lighter. I think the energy is energy, really, when it comes to that. But I do always make an intention, though, like right before I start, and say, like, only those who are here for my highest and best are going to communicate with me. And I like working with Archangel Michael. For me, Michael has always been a very protective guide of mine. So I always have him kind of like helping, I'll say, to filter out any energies that come through. So some people, you don't have to use an Ouija board. Honey, like, yeah, whatever you're drawn to. I do have a pendulum. I do have that. Also, it's called muscle testing, but I use my body as a pendulum. So actually, you know what? I'm going to stand up and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Okay. So actually, for, what was it? Loki, you mentioned a pendulum, an actual pendulum broke for you. Use your body. Use your body. Okay. So let me move this table back because I have it on a table. And I have my phone plugged in. All right, let me see. Am I going to be able to get this any? So, all right. You guys can see me fine still. So for a pendulum, you take in energy at your solar plexus. Okay, this is where you take in the energy. So what I do is, like, I make sure my feet are fully flat on the ground and like kind of shoulder, I'm standing straight as I can. I place my left hand here, right hand over. And I usually do this, I'll close my eyes. And if I ask a question like, or actually, what do I want to ask? Okay, so I canceled a psychic event that I was supposed to do 2 weekends from now. So was it okay that I canceled the event? And you allow yourself to either, if you fall forward, that's a yes, because you're going towards it, okay? Now, if you ask something like, is something good for me, or should I do this, or whatever, and you fall backwards, that's a no. There has been a few times where I've gone side to side, and that's kind of like you could go either way. It's kind of like, yeah, you could, but nothing really may come of it, or you know what I mean? So you could use that, like use your body as a pendulum. But I find having your eyes closed, and also, if you're wondering if a here's a good question. Here's a good thing for you guys. If you're wondering if like a deck or a stone or whatever is good for you, is beneficial for you, hold that product, left hand at your solar plexus, cover, and ask, is this in my highest and best? And see if you lean forward or see if you lean back. So you could use your body as a pendulum. So hopefully you guys all understood that. And I will literally do that when I'm in a store. I will do that if I'm out and I'm like thinking of buying something for me, whether it is like a deck or, whatever it is, I will literally do that. And if I start to, and I don't really, because if there's other people around, I don't need other people staring at me. Like, what is this chick doing? But I will, if I start to feel myself move forward, then I'll stop myself and I won't need to continue. So I don't know if you guys have ever done that. Let me see. I'm gonna move this forward. No, literally, Tay, I literally do that. I'm serious. I do that. And I just do that. Or if I'm at, muscle testing. Yes. Yeah. Even if I'm at a restaurant or something and I'm looking at the menu, I will say, a thing that I'm thinking of, whatever the menu item is, okay? And I'm wondering if it's actually going to be good for me, right? So say if I'm standing at the counter waiting in line, or you can do it sitting. I find standing works a hell of a lot better because it uses your whole body, but you could try to do it sitting. It's just you're not going to get much movement if you're sitting, okay? Just letting you know. If you think a certain menu item, if it's going to be good or bad for you, you could just quietly ask that to yourself in your mind, and you might lean forward or back. Again, standing I find is better though. But so yeah, you could totally do that, especially with crystals, because every crystal has its own energy. So whether or not you actually are going to connect with it, whether or not you really need to work with that energy, right? Like that's one way to figure out. But there's like all forms of divination. I've never done this, but I know people who read bones, like chicken bones, or I think I feel like that's more of like a, no, I can't say it. No, that's stereotyping. I shouldn't stereotype that. I'm not going to stereotype that. There's so many different kinds of divination. I'm not even sure. Reading energy off of photos, that's fine. I think that's actually very similar to, what's it called? Psychometry. I'm not sure if that's the exact term for it. Using an object to get the energy off of. So whether it's a photo, whether it's actually like an article of clothing. Photos though, photos, I could do photos. I find though, I've had people say like, oh, if you hold this piece of jewelry, can you tell me what you get off of it? I have a harder time picking up energy, other people's energies off of that. I don't really know why. Nope, Thursdays I'm doing the yes and no's. I've read tea leaves. So I don't drink coffee, so I don't do coffee. But yep, you can read coffee grounds or tea leaves. Yep, I do tea leaves. I used to be able to see images and pictures, not now though. Well, it's possible you're meant to work with some other form. April, today, thank you for joining, but today is just spiritual talk. Thursday will be the card pulls and channel messages and stuff like that. How do you expand your gift? By always trusting the information you receive, like always trusting, never second guessing, just always trusting. It's harder in the beginning, but the more you practice it, the easier it is. And then also just being like, whatever you're interested in, whatever form you're interested in, just looking and practicing that. Because I don't feel you have to hold yourself back. I tried it twice, and I actually had a hard time doing it. It could just be timing for me. Maybe I'm just not meant to connect to water scrying right now. But I know people who have done that, and they have like good luck with it. For me, I don't know. I just don't connect to it. Like I said, it could be a timing thing. How do you know it's truly your intuition and ego? So with ego, there tends to be fear that likes to be based around it. Like there'll be like anxiety or fear around whatever it is you're picking up. Also ego, like if you tend to just like, if you happen to like, if you're trying to search for an answer of some kind, then really that's your ego mind working. Intuition, when you're picking up something and it's definitely your intuition, there's either no feeling attached to it or it's a feeling of just like peace because it is what it is. So water scrying is literally putting water in a bowl, generally a dark bowl, okay? And usually people will scry like in a dark room. They may have a candle lit somewhere, but like a dark room. and it's basically looking in the water for any images. Like doing so can allow images to come into your mind, so it can access your clairvoyance. You could try it, but usually it is a dark bowl, like a black bowl filled with water. And like I said, a dark room. Probably just so you're not distracted, I'm guessing. Okay, if you have a connection with water, then you might actually be able to really pick that up. We'll try it, because I mean, like I said, I've only done it like a couple times, and it was a long time ago. And like I said, dark bowl filled with water, dark room with maybe like a candle. Okay, just so you have a little bit of light, but like it's to kind of, you're basically looking at the water and allowing images to form in your mind. Now, I have actually heard a couple people say that they'll physically see images in the water. Cool. Hell yeah, man. Awesome. But I know a lot more people who tend to, it just accesses their clairvoyance. Like a crystal ball. Like a crystal ball. Yes. If I have a thought that is chaotic, fear-based, defensive, forced, that's ego. Yes, yes it is. Yep. Practice for sure. Like literally, it is. Everything is practice, okay? It just, practice makes perfect. That's what strengthens your muscle, honestly. Do you hear messages or see candle flames speaking to you? Yes! I love candles. It's funny though, because I don't, even though candles are like my go-to type of thing to work with, I don't always read the candle flame, or I don't look at it too often. Only if it's like a really big candle flame, or if it's like really, really low, I read it for the energy. But as for like getting any images or psychic input, I don't do that as often as I feel like someone would think I would. I don't know why. Again, sometimes I think I'm like a lazy kind of witch. I'm like, do it later. How do you get over fear when diving into this work? I'm naturally someone who likes to overcome fear. I have that, I naturally choose to overcome fear. I'm naturally someone who doesn't want to have any regrets in my life. So I will just, like I tell people, I'm like, okay, so be scared. Do it anyway. I don't know. Just do it anyway. Just do it anyway. And 9 times out of 10, probably more than that, 99% of the time, like you'll be okay. But I would say start with one thing, because there's a lot in this field regarding divination. Like there's different forms of divination. Like this is a lot to learn in this field. So it's like pick just one thing to start with, and read up on it, watch videos, talk to people, talk to like-minded people, talk to people who do that thing. Pick one thing, okay? And then, and you know, work on it as much as you want, and then from there you can start to branch off. Oh, it's hard to not second guess yourself. That takes practice and time, guys. That takes practice and time. Eventually, literally, enough time passes and you won't second guess. Like I don't second guess anymore. Like it just does. I just don't. I've also been doing this for better part of 2 decades. So like I'm like, I get what I get. Yep. Yay! Yay for dream. I had an interesting dream. What was it? Sunday morning. It's still with me. I had to like kind of look it up because I was like, I have no idea what the fuck this dream means. I do love talking about dreams. So yeah, we can talk about that. Yeah, if you have to force it, it's not something that, yeah. Okay. Okay. So you get a little afraid of knowing how strong spirits can be. Okay. No, that makes sense. I like to work with Archangel Michael a lot. Now, you can, if you want to work with Michael, go for it, or ask someone who you know, a guide, a spiritual being that you know has protective energy. Ask them to be around you when you're getting into any spiritual work at all, to help protect your own energy field, to also just to help filter some of the information you receive. I wish I had a gift just to experience once, like mediumship. So, it's funny, mediumship didn't, it hasn't come to me easily. All mediums are psychic, not all psychics are mediums. I will say. Oh yes, we do all have certain gifts. It does, it takes practice. It really does. How do you know which archangel works with you? Well, I've done a lot of work with the angels, so I pick up on their energy easily now. But in the beginning, actually, so a book that I have, all right, stay right there. Let me go get the book. Hold on, okay? Stay right there. Of course you guys are gonna stay right there. It's a phone. Okay, I don't know if this book is still being printed. It might be. You can check Hay House. It's because it's by Doreen Virtue, and she has since changed her path. Archangels, well, backwards right now. Archangels and Ascended Masters. So I started working with this book when I was just like getting into this professionally. I spent, so once a week, like I think it was like on a Sunday, I would pick. They list a bunch of archangels in here. There's a lot in here. And I would like meditate for just like 5 minutes on a Sunday morning wanting to connect and be like, you know, Archangel Raphael, can I connect with you? And kind of like see if you get a color, see if you get a yes, see like whatever, see if you just feel calm, like however the energy comes to you. And you just trust it. And I simply would ask him, like, I'd love to work with you this week. I don't know how, but can you let me know you are with me throughout this week and helping me? And then just be open, because you don't really know, like I said, I didn't specifically ask an angel to work with me in a specific way. I just wanted them to work with me in general, okay? And so, like, I remember, like, there would be times where I would just constantly hear the name. Whereas, you know, the week prior, I didn't at all. So I would know that they were with me. Or like if I was going through like an argument or a tough situation, I would feel in that moment, like all of a sudden just a sense of calm washes over me. Like, where the fuck did that come from? So it's like just being open to how they will show up in your life. But I literally once a week, I did that to be able to like start connecting with them. Oh, thank you, Celine. Thank you. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Haniel. Okay, very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. What type of tarot cards? Anyone that you're drawn to. I mean it. Anyone that you're drawn to. Because like I had said, I don't even know, several minutes ago, who knows. Like I was given the Rider-Waite tarot deck. Like that was the first deck that was ever given to me, or actually that I've ever had. That was when I was like 16, and I never connected with that deck. I never connected with that deck. Like, and even to this day, I just don't. It's you gotta just go for one that you're drawn to, that speaks to you, that you look at it and you're like, I want to work with you. Is there any weight to that, an angel to work with based off of? To be honest, I don't know, because I haven't had someone I haven't had someone say to me, like, you know, oh, this is my birthday. Oh, that means you're connected to, you know, whatever angel. I actually haven't had anyone say that to me. So I don't know, actually. I don't know if there's really any weight to that. I actually feel like the angel you're supposed to be working with is one that, like, you feel called to work with. Just do. You can definitely buy from Amazon. I feel like, though, if it's your first deck, just like, so I'm a big proponent of someone like if I'm going into I need to touch the item. I need to touch the item. Even if I can't flip the cards or anything like that, I at least need to touch the box. You know what I mean? That it comes in, like, to see if I really should be working with it. I don't even know if I've ever bought a deck off of online, because I tend to buy it in person in store. The only decks you buy online are the ones where you see the art and feel called. Yeah, you have to just feel really called to it. If you do see a deck online that literally just sticks out to you, it just sticks out to you. Like, you're just drawn to it. And even if you don't know why, you're like, oh my God, I just love this deck. Like, I just love the images or whatever. Then by all means, yes, purchase it for yourself, okay? Whatever you are drawn to. I know just for me personally, I need to be in person with it. Belief on dark and light energy, it creates a balance. It's the polarity. It does. It's a polarity. But like dark and light, it creates the gray, which is the meshing of the two, which is the balance. Yep. Yep. Yeah, some people are more inclined to one side over the other. For many years, many years, even kind of now, I am more inclined to the light side. I am. But I have a deep appreciation for the dark. For the dark side. I feel like we're talking in terms of like Star Wars, the Force. I'm a gray, but I don't mesh in the dark as much. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Oh, thanks for the follow. Rhiannon, today is a spiritual talk day. I'll be pulling cards and channeling messages on Thursday. Yeah, dark and light. I appreciate the dark. I do. Hello, Grand Rising. Good morning. I find, though, a lot of energy ends up being more gray versus one or the other. I find a lot of the energy ends up being much more gray. A friend of mine, in terms of Star Wars, for him to understand, sometimes you have to. If you're more called to the dark side, hell fucking yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Go for it. Yes. Have a beautiful day yourself, honey. It's all purposeful. Dark, light, it keeps the balance. Like I said, that's the polarity. Dark side is working more with the darker energy. I do actually feel like, because, was it Burn Gray Witch? Actually, you would probably be best to answer that question, to be quite honest. Oh, what was the name of the book? Oh, Archangel. I know this is back. Actually, wait, I can get rid of the mirror. Hold on. Mirror the video. There we are. Look at that. Archangels and Ascended Masters by Doreen Virtue. Now, mind you, her path is different now. She is all about Jesus, which is fine. I have nothing against Jesus. Jesus is in the book. But so much, her path, she's changed it so that, like, she thinks now, like, tarot and oracle decks are like the devil or something, which is interesting because she's created the most oracle decks out of anyone that I know. Whatever, her path is different, and that's fine. Everyone's on their own path. But this is still a phenomenal book. Oh yeah, this is still a phenomenal book. I'm trying to think if I have... Did I get rid of that book? I had a smaller angel book, but I think I got rid of that. Let me go check. Stay right there. Again, sorry. Stay right there. Okay, I don't have the other book. I did get rid of it. I wasn't sure. I had a smaller angel book, but I must have gotten rid of that. All right, I'm probably going to get off this in about 10 minutes just because I need to get myself going for the day. Here's me thinking Satan. No, and actually, Satan's not a bad guy, guys. Satan is, he's not a bad guy. Good morning. So I've never actually worked with him. However, I did meditate to talk to him because I wanted to. I wanted to kind of like know what's up. The first time he actually didn't want to talk to me. He was like, no, we're all good. Literal, that was the reaction I got. No, we're all good. I was like, okay, thank you. Yeah, he was an angel. It's very misunderstood. Yes, Loki's also misunderstood. Yes. I find, I don't even call him Satan. I'll just call him Lou. Lucifer, Lou. He actually genuinely cares about humanity. Like, he wants us to be liberated. Yeah, Satan's not what people think. It's not. Loki isn't bad energy either. Loki's known as a trickster. I feel like that tends to be right. And I feel like the Marvel movies, right, with Loki and stuff, they portray Loki as a trickster. But yet, at the end of the day, you kind of see like, yeah, but he's in it for good. Like, you know what I mean? I know like Lilith is considered, Hecate is considered darker energy, and I feel that they're not dark energy, but a lot of people consider them dark deities. He's the naughty brother, yeah. Yeah. He's the one that doesn't give two shits and will transform and transfigure himself just however he damn well wants to. But yeah, I do feel like, you know, watching Marvel, yeah. Right. Hecate's not, she ain't evil. She ain't evil. A lot of these darker energy things, they're usually not evil. Unless you want to be working with like demons. Like if you really do, if you actually want to be working with like demons or something, then okay. I feel like that's much more darker energy. Go for it. It's true. It's true about Hecate, yes. He's the one I gravitate to at a family gathering. I love it, yes. Missy, that makes me so happy to read that. I love it. I love it, yes. Yeah, they can be more draining. And actually, maybe that's also why it has taken me many years to even open up to working with any, like, or even just reading about anything with darker energies. Probably because of that. I am someone who gets easily energetically drained. So I think just for me over the years, I've always had to at least start off with working on the lighter side, like to build that muscle. Me too. I love that. Oh, all right, a few more minutes. How to manifest clarity and love when dating someone new. Don't overthink. That's actually your answer. Don't overthink. Allow things to play out. Yes, balance is required. Absolutely. Oh, opposite. You drain with the other side. Okay. All right. That's cool though. All right. Hey, that's fine. I haven't looked into anything on the darker side enough. I just haven't. to honestly really work like with anyone on the darker side. I did work actually, well, I mean, I know Lilith is considered dark. I don't consider her dark, but she's considered dark. Lilith actually was good to work with. I needed help with my sensuality and my, you know, kundalini and stuff, and she actually came to me. But I'd have to dive more into that side now to see how my energy would respond. For protection for everyone. I always wish everyone protection. So you know what? All right. Well, we're going to end with this. When you say don't overthink, would repeating positive affirmations help? Yes, it would. Hands down. How do I clear energy after a meeting? Those around me are bothering me too much. So, okay, picture yourself in a bubble. So right now, nurse, teacher, mama. Right now, take the moment. And if you guys need to do this right now, do this with us. Okay, do this with us, all right? I think it's good to do anyway. Close your eyes to do this, okay? Take a few deep breaths. I want you to imagine a bubble surrounds you, your entire body. You are encased in a bubble. The bubble can be any color you want it to be. However it presents itself to you, that's how it's supposed to. Don't fight it. Picture this bubble. Now picture hands on the outside of the bubble trying to come in, trying to break through your bubble. If they break through, if you see the fingers breaking through, add multiple layers to your bubble. Imagine the layers of your bubble being super, super thick, super thick. And then again, try to imagine hands coming through. If they don't come through, that means you're protected. Your bubble, your aura is protected from picking up other people's energies. Have a good day. Sometimes you have to accept both because it's like it's like Loki, you were tipping the scale. So you had to accept both. If I were to tell you picture an ice cream cone in your mind, are you able to picture an ice cream cone in your mind? Visualizing plays on your imagination. You have to use your imaginative mind to be able to visualize. If at the very least, if you do have a very hard time imagining, visualizing it, then feeling like, okay, I feel like hands are trying to come through the bubble, but I feel like they're not able to. Like you don't feel, like if you feel it. But I feel like visualizing plays on your imagination. Have a good day. It's blank, okay. Oh yeah, I have a very, very active imagination, very. Drawing on paper, that's actually a very good idea. Yes. All right, guys, I'm going to get off this because thank you, Walter. Walter, come hit me up on Thursday. Okay, so overthinking it, which is quite possible, but it's also, though, you're very welcome. It's also possible, though, Kel, that you're meant to actually feel the energy versus seeing it. Okay, it's possible that it's possible that your clairsentience is meant to be worked with versus your clairvoyance. So being able to feel the energy, feeling like you're grounded, feeling like you're calm, feeling like you're safe and protected. It could come to you more as a feeling. But if you do tend to overthink anything, that's gonna sort of like thin the energy. All right, guys. Yes, love and light to you all. Absolutely. Take it. Take all the good energy. I'll be back on Thursday morning. That will be to pull cards, channel messages, all that fun stuff. So yes, have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time.